the board. So I'll ask you certain questions. If you already know the answer to them, you can just tell me that you know and you can guide me through whatever knowledge you have, right, of that particular question or of that particular whatever we are doing on the board, basically. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so Chirag, do you know the basic operators in math? I believe you covered them, right?
I didn't know them.
You don't know plus and minus?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay. Have you seen these four signs somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah. What is this called?
The multiplication sign.
Perfect. And this one?
I don't know. Division sign.
Division. Perfect. So what are these? These are your operators, right? These are known as your operators in math. Okay. So I was asking you about them only. I believe that up until here, your addition, subtraction, and maybe multiplication concepts are very clear, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know them, right? That they ask you.
Okay. Alright. And what about numbers? Can you read 4-digit numbers, 5-digit numbers maybe?
No, I just do 3.
No, but can you read or not? They're asking. Can you read or not? If they write like 4000, what is it called?
400. Ah,
What is it?
4,000.
Yeah, so that's what they're asking. So do you know them how to read?
Yes.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll write some numbers on the board and you can read them. Sounds good?
Okay. Um, 3,434.
Perfect.
1,010.
Okay.
I don't know 5-digit numbers.
Okay. So you don't know 5-digit numbers. Have you ever lost 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? Have you ever read them?
10,000, 20,000, but I don't know how to read them.
Okay.
Like-
Yeah, were you saying anything?
Maybe I get that. That is 34,921.
21. Perfect. And have you ever worked with these kind of numbers with your operators? Like, have you ever added them, maybe multiplied them up until 3 or 4-digit numbers?
I do 3-digit numbers for multiplication, but in addition and addition and subtraction, I do most of the times.
Okay. Alright. So, okay, as this is the demo class, let me limit our questions to 3-digit numbers only. What I'm doing now is, I'm going to write one problem down for you. You just have to read the problem and understand it first, and then you only have to explain me that what is the question saying. Okay? Alright.
It says John buys 494 candies in 3 days, and they're asking how much did he buy each day.
So, what do you think are we supposed to do here? Okay. For simplicity, let me do 495. It would be a much simpler problem.
I think that's 3 multiplied by 495.
No.
Okay. Okay. What you can do is, can you read the question loudly again?
If John buys 495 candies in 3 days, how much did he buy each day?
Okay, so what your question is really telling you is, at the end of 3 days, John has how many candies? 495, right?
Yes.
He must have bought them each day to get 495, right? So let's say this is day 1, day 2, and day 3. So what did he really do is, he went to the shopkeeper each day and bought equal amount of candies. Okay, so he must have bought some number of candies on day 1, followed by day 2 and day 3. What you have to do is, you have to tell me that how many candies did he buy in 1 day. Each day means in 1 day how many candies is he buying. So make sure that what your data is given in the question and what the question is asking you. So there is a big number, right? So 495 is actually the sum total of 3 days. And you have to determine a lesser number, right? For 3 days, the value is given 495. For 1 day, you have to calculate. So whenever we deal with questions of this kind, when you're given big data and you have to solve for a smaller number, you divide, right? If you divide 495 in 3 parts, you'll get how many did he buy in 1 day, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you can do is try dividing 495 in 3, okay? And just give me a second, I'm gonna get my charger, okay? And then just divide 495 in 3.
Divide by 495 divided by 3. Division ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಮಾಡಂಗೆ. ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ 3 ಬರೆದು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ. This is multiplication way, but you have to do division. Right again?
I did the division sign.
Yes, but how do you divide? You used to do right. How you used to do that?
Okay.
Yes.
I know how to do this.
You did that last week. But if you don't know, you have to just say I don't know how to do. But you did that last week. You remember?
Okay, do you need help, Chirag? Maybe we can solve this together, right?
No.
Okay. So we have to divide 495 with 3. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, how do you proceed to divide? What is the first step which you do in division?
We see if we can make the first number of the main one inside that box.
Okay. After that?
You need to see if you can do the 3 times 3 multiplication and see if we can 4. If we can't take the next number.
Perfect. Great job. So, you suggested that we have to multiply 3 with some numbers until we get 4, correct? Is there any chance if I multiply 3 with any number, I'm going to get 4 as my answer?
No.
No, because 3 times 1 is 3. And the very next number is going to give your answer to be as 6. So 4 would lie somewhere here in between, right? Between 3 and 6. Correct?
So we need to find the closer number to that.
Which would be 3 or 6?
3.
3. Perfect. So we do 3 times 1 as 3. And we write it like this. 1 goes up here. This is the quotient section. And 3 goes inside the division. Okay. And also make sure while you are selecting your closer number, you select the closest smaller number. Okay. So if we have 4 and you have 3 and 5 as your options, both of them are closer to 4, right? But you have to select the one which is smaller than 4. Because ultimately we have to subtract, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And can you divide bigger number? Can you subtract bigger numbers from smaller numbers? Is that possible?
No.
Perfect. So that's why we choose the smaller number. What is 4 minus 3?
Is 1.
1. Perfect. Okay. What do I do next?
Why you look at me?
Ah.
You know it. You just try to remember and tell the teacher like what next needs to be done.
There's one rule that if there is 0 0 at the end of the question, then the question is right.
That is what you're saying. That is, you're referring to remainder, I believe. And you get your remainder once you're done with your division. And how do you know you're done with your division? Then there would be no number left for you to divide for your question. What we currently did is, we just divided the first number with 3 and got 1 as your remainder. But we still have 2 more numbers to divide, right? So what do we do in such cases? You divided your first number and you are still left with a 1. Can 1 be divided with 3?
No. Yes.
Okay.
It could be 3 marks. No.
No.
We can't do it.
Yeah, because you have to multiply 3 with a number in order to get 1. And that is never possible. Right? What you can think of with a bigger one, right? So in your answer section, you are getting 1, which is a smaller number than 3. Then you can never follow your division. You have to make your number bigger than 3, anyhow. So what we do is, we this,
Yes.
which is 9. Yeah. Okay. Are you able to see the question clearly? I can copy it up here.
I can see it.
Okay. So what is your number now?
19.
19. So you are saying that you have some ideas how we can divide 19 with 3. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you share what did you thought?
So I thought we can do that and then make 0 on the next number, which is the 9. Then we can do 9. So how to make the 0 is 9 minus 9. Then you'll get 0.
Okay. So your basic idea of division is not getting 0. Okay. 0 is a number which you are actually currently working with, like whatever division problems you are given up until now. I'm presuming the remainder is coming out to be 0, right? But that is not the case always. So what happens is, whenever you're dividing, keep in mind you're not dividing to get a 0. You're dividing to divide the number which is given to you, which is 495 into 3 equal parts, right? Okay. So what you have to do is you have to divide actually 19 with 3. No matter what the remainder is, you're not concerned with the remainder as of now. What you have to do is, what you can think of it is, you have to divide 19 in 3 equal parts. Now after that, if the remainder comes 0 or not, that is not our concern, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to do 3 multiplied by, I think, we can't do in the multiplication 3 because we can't do 19 in the third multiplication.
So what is the nearest number?
18. So
Yeah,
we do. Okay, we're going to do like 3 multiplied by 6.
Which is 3 times 6.
18.
18, perfect. So 18 is a number which is very close to 19 and yet smaller than 19. So we can take that, right? So we can put a 6 up here and 18 down here, right? If we subtract 19 from 18, what are we going to get?
Again, 1.
1, right? So see here your remainder is coming out to be 1, which is not 0. So as I mentioned before, that whenever you're dividing your numbers, you don't have to eye for a 0. What you're doing is you're parting your number. You're dividing that number into equal parts. In this case, we are dividing that into 3 equal parts. For example, your number was 495 divided with 4. What should be your aim? That in case of 90, you have to divide 19 in 4 equal parts. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Now there is still 5 left. Let me transfer the division here on top. So till now, we divided 4 and 9, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you have a remainder 1. What do I do next now? See, we are again the same problem. Can 1 be divided with 3?
No.
No. So what do? We just learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what to do next? They're asking. Look at the board. Is there any other number left?
Yes, there is, but I'm trying to look. Come on.
Yeah.
There's nothing near to write.
No, we need to. What do we need to do next? That's what they're asking you.
I don't know.
Okay, like this.
Just later.
As 1 cannot be divided with 3, in previous case, what did we do is, we tried to make 1 into a bigger number. A number which can be divided with 3. Okay. So what did we do is, we searched for a number in the question which is still left to be divided. Is there any number in the question which you can see is not divided yet? Out of 4,
5.
5, right? So what we can do is drag the number 5 down here, your answers column where your remainder is left of the previous digit, and make your number bigger. So if you drag 5 down and put it beside 1, this is a bigger number than 1, right?
Yes.
I did with 3 as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me what number should I write here in order to divide 15 with 3?
3 multiplied by 5.
3 multiplied by 5, right? Which is 15. So I put a 5 here on top and I put 15 down here. If you minus both of them, what is your answer?
0.
0. Perfect. Okay, this is your remainder which you were talking about up until now. Am I correct?
Yes.
You were looking for this 0 the whole time when you were dividing. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, that this would be the case every time. Remember earlier, before writing 495, I put a 4 here at the ones place digit, right? And then I changed my question to 495, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's see what would happen in this case. You had a 4 here Okay, up until here the division would remain the same because you have 4 and 9. So up until here the division would have been same. What difference would have it would have made into our answer was, now instead of 5 you have a 4. So what number is can you see here?
14.
14. So you have to divide 14 with 3. So is that possible? 14 with 3?
No.
Why? 14 is a bigger number, no? We can divide with 3. Can you tell me which number should we choose while dividing?
3 multiplied by 4.
Perfect. 3 times 4, which is 12. See, you again subtract both of these numbers. What is your answer then? 14 minus 12?
It's 2.
2. Perfect. So in this case, what is your remainder?
The remainder is 2.
Remainder is 2 and this becomes your quotient. So what does this division suggest? That if you ever had 494 candies in 3 days, or let's suppose that you have to divide 494 into 3 equal parts, you cannot do that. So you cannot divide 494 into 3 equal parts. What you can do instead is, you can subtract 2 from your answer because 2 is still remaining. So you can do 492 and divide it into 3 equal parts, which would be 164 each day. And you can still left out 2. Right? So this is what division. So whenever you're getting, like I'm telling you to divide a number with a certain number, this is the number of parts which you're dividing your number into. Okay? Let me give you one example where you can be more clear. So if I give you a number 50 and I tell you to divide it into 5 equal parts, what you'll do is,
I don't know.
okay, so if you have to divide 50 with 5 equal parts, for now just assume you know the answer. It is 10 each parts. Can you add 10 5 times and see what the answer is? Can you do this?
Yes, because 10 times 5, 10 times, 5 times 10 is 50.
5 times 3?
5 times 10.
What is 5 times 10?
It is 50.
50, right? 5 times 10 is 50. So see, you're doing that only. You're dividing your 50 into 5 equal parts. When you do that, how many parts would you get each day or each time? 10 equal parts.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is what your division is all about. You're given a number, you have to divide that number into equal parts. Okay. This is the key point where what you can remember is, your parts should always be equal. You cannot divide a number like maybe 10 today, 12 later, 14 then, and then 16. Okay, there are many possibilities of dividing 50, right? So if I write 50 and put a 20 and 30 down here, the sum of both of them is still 50, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But is this your division? No. Even though you are dividing your 50 into 2 parts, 20 and 30, why this is not a division is because these both are not equal parts. Am I correct?
Yes.
They both are different.
So you're telling me that in division, the numbers have to be the same?
Yeah. Whenever you divide your numbers, whatever quotient you are getting, that translates into the equal number of parts of this number. So whenever you are dividing, you are always going to get equal number of parts. Okay? Do you have any questions, Chirag?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's do one last thing. If I tell you to divide 240 with 2. Tell me what is the first thing which you can do here?
You can do 2 multiplied by 1.
Yeah.
Which is going to be the equal.
Okay, perfect. So 2 times 1 gives you 2. You subtract both of them, what you're gonna get?
0.
0. Perfect. Okay. So this is 0 now. What do you do next? Can 0 be divided with 2?
No.
No. So you drag down the other number in a question which is still left to be divided, right? Which is 4 here in this case.
What is the number?
A 4.
4. Okay, right. So we have 4 here. Now you are supposed to divide 4 with 2. What should I write here then?
2.
2. Okay. 2 times 2 is going to give you 4. You again subtract both of these numbers and got a 0 again. Okay, what do I do next now? You tell me.
You put the 0 down.
Okay, you put the 0 down. Very good.
And then you can't subtract anything.
Yeah. So in this cases, what you can do is, this is a small trick. What is 2 times 0?
0.
0. So can you do 2 times 0 as 0 and your remainder comes out to be 0? Right?
Yes.
This is a test which you can do. Or else, what you can do is, just forget about the 0 in the question. Leave 0 away. And you can get your division up until here. Right? If you forget about 0, you only have 24 to work with. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you
Because 0 is no number. It's just 0. Because other numbers like 1, 2, 3, they're just there can be objects of that much.
yeah.
So you can just leave the 0 if you want.
Yes, perfect, perfect. That is what I was trying to tell you. Now you can forget about the 0 because that means nothing. 0 has no value. So once you are done with your division, you can just add a 0 behind your division and you can simply write 120. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Chirag, do you have any doubts up until here?
No.
Okay.